Storm in Standard? It is theoretically possible, and I'm going to show you how. It's a little deck I call Izzet Otters. Welcome to the Attic. Manadad here. This is the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. What's fun today? Tribal Tuesday, everyone. Typal Tuesday, if you prefer. It's Otters. Izzet Otters. The red and blue Otters. If in Bloomborough, the Izzet tribe is Otters, and it's possible, not probable, but it is theoretically possible to get Storm in Standard, okay? We'll start off right off the bat. If you were just curious, you probably want to watch this deck play out and see how it works, but I'll show you the theory right now in the deck tech here. Jumping ahead, we got a mythic Ral Crackling Wit. It's a 4 loyalty planeswalker. Ral transforms into an Otter, of course, when he comes to Bloomborough. +1, make a 1/1 red and blue Otter creature token with prowess. Okay, makes a creature. -3, draw 3, discard 2. That's nice. Hand shaping, whatever. -10. I said it's theoretically possible. Didn't say we're ever going to get to it. -10, draw 3 cards. You get an emblem with instant sorcery spells you cast have Storm. Okay, it's possible in theory. Now we do have stuff that acts a lot like Storm, like Season of the Bold here. You can exile cards from the top of your library, make treasures, and then you can get 1 turn, or really kind of a 2 turn. Whenever you cast a spell, it's going to deal 2 damage to a creature thing going for it. So that is a Storm-ish thing. And but let's take a look at the deck. This is based on a deck that was like Platinum Mythic level, had about a 55% win rate. Unfortunately, bad win rate against Mono Black and Mono Red, although stick around for the games because you'll see that it's not a guaranteed loss against those decks. But it did have a positive win rate at a high level, and we're playing at a pretty low level today. But what I did when I was testing it out, I was losing to a lot of the aggro decks. I put in 2 more shocks. I took out some Alania Divergent. There's a 5 mana Otter in Standard best of 1. We're not getting to a 5 mana Otter, and apparently the program's not even going to let me show you the 5 mana Otter. So whatever. Okay, what do we got? This, by the way, takes a lot of rares and mythics, so I'm taking the bullet for you. If you want to see how this deck plays without spending all your mythic wild cards, then you've come to the right place. Okay, we got a lot of Bloomborough cards, so I'll just go through them. If you want, you can skip to the gameplay. There's chapter breaks. Hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe as you do. This makes a 1/1 prowess Otter. If we want to pump another 4 mana into it, we get back an instant or sorcery from our graveyard to our hand. Sometimes useful. 6 mana if we just want to win more. So we pump 10 mana into it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you make a 1/1 Otter with prowess. Okay. We're probably not going to do that in any kind of competitive setting, but it's kind of fun. And it's another way to kind of do like a Storm thing. A little bit. It's a little bit stormy. Okay, 4 shocks instead of 2 shocks. You could probably even go more lightning strikes. I also upped the ill-timed explosions. The original Platinum player was only playing with 2 of those. I thought, you know what? The board wipes, I kind of was always digging for these. So I pushed those as well. We got 2 Kitsa Otterball Elites, another mythic here. 1/3 Vigilance Prowess and tap to loot. And then 2 and tap, copy an instant or sorcery, but activate only if its power is 3 or greater. So again, if you're storming off, if you're playing a bunch of spells in a turn, you can kind of go nuts with Kitsa. Not super relevant, but something to keep in mind. Stormcatch Mentor. This is the signpost uncommon for Bloomborough if you've been playing in the limited formats, but in case you haven't, 1/1 haste prowess, instant sorceries cost 1 less to cast. Very useful for our season cards, which are kind of expensive. 3 Frolicking Familiars. The main thing we're using this for is the blow off steam, doing the 1 damage. There's a lot of little rabbits and such running around. It's nice to have. 4 of Pearl of Wisdom, classic 3 mana sorcery, draw 2 cards, but we're going to get a discount if we control an Otter, which is often. And if we control this Otter, it's 1 blue mana to draw 2 cards, which is a deal I will always take. We got 2 Bria Riptide rogues, so this is going to make all our other creatures have prowess. Prowess, of course, stacks, so they can be prowess, so every time we cast a spell, they're getting +2. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. So that can be a finisher. Ill-timed explosion, you're probably familiar with this. Discard some cards, deal a bunch of damage to creatures. It's unfortunately necessary against all these decks flooding the board with stuff. We talked about Ral. Season of the Bold, this is one of the paw things. We're going to probably do the 3 paw and then a 2 paw. We might do some 1 paw, create tapped treasure tokens. Season of Weaving, 3 paws, return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. I really screwed that up, as you may see if I choose to show that game. 2 paws, you can duplicate something, so that won't get bounced because it's a token. I didn't understand. I would think it's a bounce spell, but it doesn't bounce tokens. But the main use of this, I mean, 6 mana, draw 5 cards, that's great. If you got one of these guys out, 5 mana, draw 5 cards. I mean, if you can afford to take turn 5 off and draw 5 cards, you're probably winning the game after that. Sideboard has a bunch of ideas in here. Witchstalker Frenzy could definitely go in the main board. 3 steps ahead, probably go in the main board. Rabid Gnaw is something I took out of the deck I was copying from. We can talk a bit more about that when we get to the end of the video, which you should stick around for because I will show you the real win rate of the deck, not just the games I was able to fit into the video. Okay, let's, without further ado, take a look at Otter. Is it Otters? Otterstorm. Otters, hashtag Otterstorm. All right, our opponent has Tiny Bones as their avatar, so we can possibly guess what they're going to be playing. We do have a shock to kill a turn 1 Tiny Bones, so we'll keep that. Not a single Otter in hand. Plays Blackleaf Cliffs. Nothing. Okay. Now we can Fire Bluff Canal, pass the turn. Play the long game here against Kiltok, which is an area of TikTok you don't want to visit. Fireglass Mentor. We'll just take it out. Looks to be Rakdos Lizards. We'll just keep them off the board. Play the Restless Spire. Tapped. Pass the turn. Building up to a big Season of the Bold. Vine Lasher. Land. Trigger. And a Gecko. What do they play? Certainly you can add to their board quite a bit here. Gev, Skilled Scorch. Well, we'll take the damage. Oh, an ill-timed explosion. Ill-timed is right. From Otter. The sorcery. I mean, it's still going to be a 2-for-1, so we'll do it. And we'd like a creature. Don't want to lose. Don't want to lose Season of the Bold, though. Guess we'll deal 2 to each. Well, it's 4 cards. Laughing Jasper Flint. What's so funny, Mr. Flint? Guess we'll just set up for a big turn. 5 paws. It's a land, thankfully. Valley Flame Caller. This looks a lot like my Lizard deck that I was playing the other day. Alright, so we've got one turn here where everything deals a bunch of damage. So should we just do it again? We exile a lot of cards off the top. Season of the Bold into Season of the Bolds. We'll take out Jasper Flint, I think. Shock face. Deal 2 damage. I know we get... I misplayed that. We had 2 of them. Take 4 from the Valley Flamecaller. Hope to hit an instant or sorcery off the top, I suppose. It's coming in with a hasty Hearthborn Battler. Shock off the top. Even though we've played 2 shocks already. Okay, well, Frolicking Familiar does something. Otter once again. We'll take out this guy because otherwise the next spell we cast is going to deal some damage to us. Get a critter down. Oh, it's an Otter spell, so... Is it just any spell we cast? Oh. Well, that is quite good. How do you like them apples? So, the prowess lizard, sure. And we can get back Season of the Bold again. Okay. Straight up destroy target creature, and we do get a creature into play. Hitting land drops here. This can make a 2/1 first strike. That's scries. Can just get back. Instant or sorcery from the graveyard. Let's see what we got in there. We could ill-timed explosion. To hit something worthwhile. We just take a shock. Attack with, so we can't let that attack. What they drew. That's a 2/3 haste. Okay. You attack it into my 3/3 if you want. If you so desire. Aha, Season of Weaving. What do we want to do? We just want to draw a ton of cards. We could duplicate the Frolicking Familiar. That's not too bad. Take out this guy. We're going to take 2 damage from that. Actually, maybe should have waited on that. Oops. Okay. Let's draw a land, opponent. 14-3. They're still in this game. They're most definitely still in this game. Draw some cards. Stormchaser's Talent. Can we go shields down? I think we can. Oh, it kept a card in hand, actually. Was that unwise? They just need to get the landfall guy and drop a land, and we'll be at 1. They are most definitely dead next turn. What's it gonna be?
I do not have time for this.
Oh, a Scooparoop. Is it to the Otters? Coming out hot with the shock, potentially. Could also just Fabled Passage here. We'll hold up the shock. They're a red deck, but they don't play anything. Otter Ball. It's the game. All the kids are playing. You thought it was pickleball, but it was Otter Ball. Lethal Magics with a Manifold Mouse. Aha. Well, I could go for... I'm going to go for it. Untapped red source. Do I hit it? No, I do not. Sad Pikachu. I guess I could have tapped that and tried to hit it. Okay, they're going to get a big attack with that Manifold Mouse. If they so choose, but they don't so choose. No blocks. Taken 4. My turn. Ill-timed explosion is kind of cool. We could do it for 2 and survive. We don't need this Otter Ball, and we probably don't need a Spire Bluff Canal. And they scoop a Roopadoop. That's how the Otters do it. Okay, so we found out Shieldred is our weakness. Up against Chanyin. Story of Pinyin by Chanyin. A little bit land heavy, but I guess we'll keep it. Can't actually do anything turn one other than the 1 damage, so we'll do the tap land, I suppose. Gonna duress. Stormchaser's talent, okay. Bad, but that's the way it goes. Mada. No. You know what we drew? Last turn. Opponent playing land. Play something with 1 toughness. I dares ya. Huh. I just hit this. No, we'll wait. We'll wait it out. We'll wait it out here. Opponent scoops it up. Okay. They didn't like their hand. Izzet Otters up against Babage. Keep. Snap keep. Slightly land light, but probably manage. Especially if the Stormcatch Mentor survives here. Might Caller. Naming Otter, of course. And we will attack, just in case. Maybe we should have double attacked with both of those. Would we trade for their Might Collar? Nah, we probably shouldn't trade for them. We can hit the Might Collar pretty good here. Got planes, another Might Collar. What about that Might Collar? No blocks. Get a red mana. No. Pretty sure they don't block. So that's okay. Good for 4. We're a bit mana stuck. They're not. The Quest Caller. That's the house of a card. And the water guard. Ouchie ouch. Try the bottom. This for 3. Okay, well, Ill-Timed Explosion will be great once we can cast it. So I hit the Might Collar. Buffing other stuff and giving them scries. I think I'll hit the Might Collar now. I don't have attacks. So if I can just get that 1 more mana. Uh-oh. Like Stormcatch Mentor is in trouble. We're definitely...
The stage is in my hand!
In other words, how long of a screw is necessary?
Screwed.
Ooh, okay. I can't risk attacking with the Mentor, but I could attack with the 1/1. They probably just don't block it. Ha. So let's discard. That's going to go down to a 4/4, yeah? What do we lose? The Ral? One of these Stormchaser talents? Or maybe we want to just lose the more expensive. Yeah, let's just lose the more expensive stuff. We'll start building back. Paw Patch recruit with an offspring. We are at 9. Opponent takes a ton of rabbits. That's kind of nasty. I think we need to get back. Night Aaron and Eos. Yeah, we need to buy back our ill-timed explosion. Big time. And we did not get the mana to do so. Okay. Well, sometimes you just don't draw land. Up against Kids Cuisine, and let me tell you about the cuisine that my kids like. It's terrible. We go first. Take the chance to get our tapper land down. Yeah, my daughters used to be more adventuresome, and now it's like they'll smell broccoli. They won't even like taste it, and they'll just be like, "No!" I'm like, I promise you, this is good broccoli. Well, I wish we had more red mana. I have to put some more mountains in this deck. Heartfire Hero. We're gonna go with the Demonic Ruckus, perfect. Take 1 damage, but it won't get their value out of it. Suppose it doesn't really matter which one we play first. Feeling pretty good. Got that 2-for-1 there. Opponent, did they even have any creatures? They just stuck with a bunch of pump spells. They have a Manifold Mouse, okay? We can give it double strike. There's a bit of a pause there. I'm wondering if they have Monstrous Rage. I'm just going to go with Lightning Strike here instead of Shock. Okay, well, we got all the ill-timed explosions. Let's get a Planeswalker down. Start getting that value. Start that value train rolling.
Thanks for the helping paw.
Woo! Mono red says no way. Okay, how did the deck do? Well, we had a 50% win rate, but we never won on the draw. That's how fast the format is right now as I record this. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. I actually did like play out another version of this deck, which went 1 and 3, which was the original version that I was copying of. So I put a considerable amount of time into recording this video and playing around with this deck. So I hope you'll hit subscribe if you've watched this far and leave a hashtag Otterstorm in the comments for that. But let's talk about the deck briefly, since you've stuck around to find out what As you see, yeah, it added 2 shocks, added 2 ill-timed explosions, took out 2 Ravenaz, took out 2 Alenias, and I just popped those in the sideboard. This deck is a ton of wild cards. I think Stormchaser's talent's good. I definitely like the 4 shocks. Kitsa was often eating removal. I don't know about it super well. Lightning Strike, I pretty much always liked having that. If you can find a way to get to 4 of, that's pretty good. I would say one of our biggest weaknesses was Shieldred, so going with the Witchstalker Frenzy is something to consider. We could also do the like steal spells, you know, the like threaten effects where you steal the opponent's creatures. Try and, for opponents that drop a huge creature, just try and get in with that. The Ral Crackling Wit, you could probably go down another one of those. I've been happy with having the ill-time explosion. The other option here would be Brothers. I think it's called Brothers War. Just the deal 3 to each creature. Where we just kind of try to hold back our creatures. Often we're not playing the 1/1s, or if we do, maybe we're still getting tempo advantage by using it. Because we're certainly, with the ill-timed explosion, getting behind on that. Pearl of Wisdom is great. Frolicking Familiar was great. Maybe could even go up to 4 of those, just to have more of the spells in the mana base. I would like more red. I could probably go down at least 1 Restless Spire here if I was continuing to modify the deck, which I probably will not. And the Lily Pad Village, we never really got to use this ability. I'm not super high on the Lily Pad Village. I think you just take it out. Put in another mountain and another island or something. I don't know. That's my recommendation. So that is the deck and the stats. YouTube has some other videos over here it thinks you'll like, so click on those. And this is Mana Dad reminding you Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.